Now to new developments in the murder of Majesty Montgomery. Rochester police announced today she was killed last month in her home. New tonight, News 10 NBC's Tom Kowalski spoke with neighbors and police. So what did you learn?
Yeah, well, Nikki, Wall RPD says Montgomery was murdered right here on Austin Street in Rochester. They tell us her body was found here in Yates County. In fact, the Yates County Sheriff's Office tells us that she was found here in the town of Starkey. That is nearly an hour and a half away. So here's what RPD says how it all happened.
So on May 7th, last month, we received a call from the family of Majesty Montgomery, and they advised us that they hadn't seen her in over 24 hours. Upon talking to the family and a few of her friends, we initially became concerned because that we didn't like the circumstances.
That's Captain Frank Umbrino with the RPD. He says following an investigation into 29-year-old Majesty Montgomery's disappearance, they were led to a rural part of Yates County. The Yates County Sheriff's Office tells us she was found in a wooded area in the town of Starkey.
Walking the property, we found an area that just didn't look right. We started digging, and lo and behold, we did find the body of Majesty buried several feet underground. The body was transported to the Monroe County Medical Examiner's office, and it was determined that it is in fact a homicide.
Umbrino says Montgomery was killed here in her home on Austin Street near Lyle Avenue. One neighbor who I spoke with was shocked to hear of a murder right on her block.
I was walking my dog one day, and I saw some candles out there and a couple of roses for the young lady. I was like, wow, what was going on in my own neighborhood?
While Montgomery's body was found on May 8th, they didn't want to release her identity until absolutely certain it was her through DNA testing.
We believe the crime occurred here in Rochester. We believe it was an isolated incident. She may or may not have been out of town just beforehand, but the crime was committed here. There's at least one person of interest that we have.
Now, despite the body being found in Yates County, the murder investigation does remain RPD's, as that's where they say she was killed. Now, if you have any information, feel free to call 911 or RPD's Major Crimes Unit. Nikki?
Still a lot of questions to be answered in this one. Thank you, Tom.